starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. The wingman, it's Sharp and Thibault. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. Then it's Anthony Simons. And it's Kamare in at the 4 slot. And for the Kings, DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Malik Monk out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Sabonis in at the center position.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Hey, Greg, one thing that the Kings have had work for them over the last few seasons is their depth.
And have made some shrewd moves to fill out their bench. Got great contributions from their 6 through 10 players. It's been a big part of their recent success.
And it's the Kings with the ball after the Trailblazers pick up 2.
Uses the pick to just perfection. LaVine knocking it down.
Outside, Simons. Ayton wide open. And Portland again with the bucket.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
And the jam by LaVine.
What determination from LaVine. Finding his finish despite the contact.
Simons kicks to Ayton. Outside, Simons. Shot from the wing. And Ayton throws it down.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback. Now, here's Monk. Sabonis finds LaVine. Back to Sabonis. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Clearly, Sabonis has that shot dialed in before he even gets the ball. He catches it and shoots it with a quick release.
Pass to Kamare. Back to Simons. There's a screen. And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Ellis is checked in for Sacramento.
Into the lineup for your Kings, number 23.
Tries to keep it alive. And the ball out of play. The Kings will inbound.
A classic breakdown with the ball, sending it right out of bounds and giving the defense a freebie.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now here's LaVine. Defended by...
Oh, wow. Goodness, man. That is explosive athleticism by DeRozan. His dunks, oh man, they'll make a rim shake.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And Ellis with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. And here are the Trailblazers now. They trail by 1. Here's Sharp. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
Well, it's fine, Sabonis. Kings moving the ball around. Bean passes to Ellis. Just 5 on the clock. The tray. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Anthony Simons came into the NBA at age 19, and he's paid his dues, working his way up from the end of the bench to a starring role. Coach Tonci says he just believes he's one of the best players in the NBA. And confidence is a big thing. Well, Kevin, he certainly earned it. Back to you.
I would totally agree with you, D.A. Thank you so much. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. That's tipped. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. And Portland making a change here. Banton's checked in.
Substitution. Number 5.
It's Ellis on the wing. Outside, Sabonis. 5 to shoot. The Kings need to get off a shot here. And it's Murray. Oh, my goodness, the slam!
And showing some creativity. Murray smooth and lethal.
They set the pick. Feibel for three. Rebound by Murray. Kings leading now by 4. Levine feeling it out a bit. Sabonis sets the pick for Levine. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Here's Benton. And he goes in for the dunk.
And the dime going to Ayton, expanding the passing part of his game.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Murray outside. Outside DeRozan. There's a screen by Murray. From deep three-point land. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton.
Poor execution. That was not how they drew up that position.
Oh, and he got the ball.
Wow.
Woo. Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
He knew it.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Trailblazers lead by 1. Live from Golden One Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. The wingmen, it's Sharp and Feibel. Then there's Ayton. And it's Benton in at the 1.
Such a fluid play. Levine is in the air right on cue to put a smooth finish on that alley-oop.
Here's Benton. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
That's just a bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss them.
Ellis against Sharp. Pass to Murray. He's looking for Levine and finds him. Back to Murray. Sabonis. Oh, good on the 3. Portland trailing here. Greg, give us one word to describe Domantas Sabonis on the offensive end.
Kevin, I guess I'd say dominant, but that only scratches the surface. The way Sabonis drops dimes, hits shots, and controls the glass, dominant just doesn't even really begin to say enough. When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Here's DeRozan. And the dunk by DeRozan.
This is why you involve DeRozan in pick and rolls. He just knows how to execute off them. Just so smooth.
And that one's good, Ayton. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Here's Levine. And Levine with the slam.
Check out Levine getting artful at the rim, leaving the defense just completely clueless of how to stop it.
How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? DeRozan with a screen for Ellis. On the wing, Murray. Pass to Sabonis. Just 5 to shoot. On the wing, Levine. Defended by Feibel. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Sharp against Levine. And then Sharp with the dunk.
We'd heard the stories about Sharp and how impressive his vertical is. Now we see it on full display.
Ellis dishes to Murray. And we see dunkers get technicals for hanging on the rim, slapping the backboard, or Richard even staring someone down. Should refs let that slide, or is that something they got to pay attention to?
I don't mind the hanging on the rim, the smacking the backboard. I love that aggression. The staring people down, that's something you got to be careful with because that can cause some problems, and we don't want any of those issues on the court.
Feibel for three. And Sabonis pulls it down. The Kings trail by 3. Sabonis is screen on Sharp. Levine kicks to Sabonis. From deep. Hands it from downtown. Sabonis has got 5.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
He just pushed through Ayton flexing for that and one.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
So far, they've shown a terrific work ethic in transition, pushing the pace whenever possible and getting out ahead of the defense to score.
And guys, another thing I love is their pursuit of the ball. I mean, creating second chance opportunities just with effort.
Valanciunas sets a screen for Monk. And another 3 for Sacramento.
And you gotta love that three-point stroke of Monk. I mean, he's got such a high arcing shot there. It gives it a good chance to go in from deep.
The Kings have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Here's Fultz. At the elbow, it's Valanciunas. Pass to Fultz. 5 on the clock. Back to Monk. Stolen by Henderson. And oh, here we go with Henderson. And he touches right on Malik Monk. Oh, man.
This is how relentless Henderson is. Once he gets the steal, he is going all the way.
Here's Valanciunas. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this. Not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
They've got Jonas Valanciunas, Malik Monk out there with Markelle Fultz. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's LaRavia in at the power forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Robert Williams, he's checked in for Portland. Top of the key, Abdia. And Williams, here we go. And the layup's good off the glass. Williams has got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Trailblazers. Portland had, Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Man, that was one heck of a backcourt. And they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Blazers are in the midst of a rebuild. Coach Chauncey Billups said it's been a tough couple of years. I'm just here every day grinding through it, helping my guys the best I can. I'm ready for that challenge and that pressure to go out and compete with these best teams. But in the NBA, Kevin, this sort of thing takes time.
A lot of time, but the West is tough, David. Thank you. The three-pointer, no good. The Kings trailing. Fultz, the pass to Valanciunas. Here's LaRavia. Screen by Valanciunas. Fires it up. Portland grabs the miss.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
The Trailblazers working the ball around now. Williams sets a screen for Grant. It's Williams high post. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
You know, when Williams gets positioned inside, he just looks to dominate physically, and then he shows you the skill set on top of it.
Fultz the pass to LaRavia. Simons against Monk. Shoots the three. Rebound by Williams.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks for range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Robert Williams. That is his first foul of the game. Stolen by Avdia. Simons, the pass to Avdia. And finished off by Avdia.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stop.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
With his strength, it isn't easy to upset Valanciunas with a little contact. You're going to have to get a lot more physical than that.
And then Henderson with the dunk.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher. And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Grant with a screen on Fultz. For three, Henderson.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Arabia passes to Fultz. Pass to LaRavia. Shot clock at 5. Here's Monk. Portland grabs the miss. 1:15 left here in the third quarter. Here's Henderson. Buries it down low. Henderson's got 4 points now in the quarter. The Kings trail by 5. Fultz with the ball. Now Henderson defending. And Crowder slams it in.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
And the call will be against Anthony Simon. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Ellis. Outside, Levine. Back to Ellis. The kick out to Sabonis. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Ellis has got 3 assists in the game.
This is where you get Sabonis the ball. He's going to reward you for feeding him.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Here's Simons. 6 points for him. Lets it go. And that one's good. Ayton's got 13. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the Kings. It's a 3-point game. Outside, Levine. Pass to Murray. Now here's Ellis. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. It's the Trailblazers. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, the wingmen, it's Sharp and Thibault. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. And it's Kamare in at the 4 spot. 2 on the clock, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Just lost his head out there. It'll happen if you're pushing a little too hard.
The Kings trail by 3. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Here's Kamara. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Murray outside. Pass to Levine. And they're finishing with force. Whoa!
That's what I'm talking about. Explosive drive from Levine. It's tough to stop him when he's rolling downhill like that.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. And, Richard, you look back, Zach LaVine has been one of those microwave-type players. He can get hot in a blink of an eye.
Zach LaVine is one of those players that when he catches fire, there is nothing you can do about it. He can score from deep, multiple level score, and when he gets going, ooh, it could be a problem.
Manton, the pass to Thibault. Here's Kamara. Puts up a deep 3. And Domantas Sabonis pulls it down. Sacramento's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Murray outside. They swipe it. Throws up. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
An important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum. ICE, ice. He has absolute ice in his veins. This guy, he lives for these moments.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Bean passes to DeRozan. Sabonis inside. Ayton's there. Clock at 4. DeRozan a screen. And a wide open look here for Ellis. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. To the paint, here's Sharp, and then Sharp with the dunk.
And this young guy is already imposing his will on the game. Sharp, someone you can count on in the moment.
Ellis can't get it to go. Portland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Kamara. And here's Sharp. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed in there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Yeah, good job to take it right at him.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Trailblazers.
You've got to be impressed with how assertive they are on offense, continuing to cut hard to the rim time and time again.
And they've really been able to get out in transition and produce. The defense hasn't had an answer for this up-tempo pace.
And the Kings making a change here. Arabia's checked in. Sabonis. Back to Ellis. Pass to Levine. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Ayton's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Banton. Ayton missed screen. Second shot opportunity, and the ball out of play. The Kings will inbound.
Oh, I see. Picking the worst time to lose control. This is why patience is the key in big moments, people.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Grant's checked in. And here's Levine. Pass to LaRavia. Now here's Ellis. A 3. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Money!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
And the call will be against Sabonis. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. Sacramento making a switch here. DeRozan's checked in. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And there's the call on Matisse Thybulle. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Now here's Levine. Outside, Sabonis. Kick out to Levine. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They set the pick. Pass to LaRavia. Jacks up a 3. Misses the tray. Outside DeRozan. Sabonis sets the pick for DeRozan. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Yeah, you don't see those over and back calls too often because they're just so easy to avoid.
It's a lack of focus, that's all it is. But it can be a wake-up call for teams that have gotten too careless, but rules are rules.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try to extend the game.
He doesn't hit the first, and that plays the one they really want. He's got one more, though, and he ends up making the second, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
It's the first that narrows the lead down to just 3. And so Levine nails both of them. And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. The Trailblazers making a switch here.
Substituting on the court.
8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ballgame.
Making no mistakes and putting some extra nails in the coffin right here. That pretty much do it.
Off on that one. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had...
Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
And now the Atlanta Hawks starters. Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Dyson Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's Risache in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Levine. It's Monk on the wing. Murray, a screen on Young. Here's Monk. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Pass to Daniels. Now here's Johnson, defended by Murray. Sabonis against Okongwu. Rejected by Sabonis.
That shot won't fly with Sabonis around. Nearly 7 feet tall, plus his reach. He creates serious coverage. B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, and absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Here's Daniels. Off target with the 3. And you watch Dyson Daniels on the floor, Coach. He's everywhere on defense.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the best guys disrupting offenses and getting deflections. He gets his hands in passing lanes. Effort like that will always find minutes.
Here's Young. The Kings getting their last shot to go. Pass to Okongwu. Shot clock at 6. It's Johnson with a drive. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying? 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Monk passes to DeRozan. Back to Monk. And no good.
Yeah, there's really no excuse for missing that one. That's just a blown opportunity.
Johnson a screen on Sabonis. Young with it, now guarded by Monk. Young, the pass to Okongwu. Levine with a steal. Fires the three. Gets stolen by Johnson. Launches it. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down. And so Sabonis will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Pass to Monk. And here's Levine. Monk, a screen on Johnson. Here's Levine for three. That shot off the mark. Atlanta's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Here's Risache. Monk covers. Launches a three. And it's Risache with a three.
Okay, a little bit of a heat check for the rookie. Risache feeling confident.
And the Kings have held tough, but it seems like the West has gotten tougher, Greg.
Well, what's the saying? If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And the Kings have to find that next level.
Now here's Monk. Sabonis, right side. 5 on the clock. Three-pointer. It doesn't go for him. The Hawks have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, one nickname you hear for DeMar DeRozan is the lone mid-ranger. He said you can operate freely in the mid-range. It's like an ocean out there. If you're smart, you can take advantage of the space and pick teams apart. Brian?
He's an expert tactician working in between. Thanks, Allie. Here's Daniels. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Okongwu. And here's Johnson. Here's Daniels. He's covered by Levine. There's the screen by Johnson. Here's Daniels. And again, it's Atlanta.
Yeah, slick play call by Daniels. Pick and rolls give him room to operate, and he does not waste it at all.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. They get the rebound. On the wing, DeRozan. Here's Sabonis. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
Here's Levine for 3, and the three-pointer goes. Levine's got 5.
Yeah, way back when I started coaching, you never wanted a three-pointer on a fast break. Now, it's the shot teams are looking for.
And at the end of 1, a closely contested game. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. All right, guys, what do you think about the Hawks here in this one?
They are looking engaged so far, especially on offense.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
And the Hawks, looking at who they've got, Risache and Johnson, they're the forwards. Trae Young out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's Okongwu in at the 5. Levine with a steal. In transition. And here's Sabonis outside. Drills it from deep. He's got 5. All right, let's take a look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Sacramento.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
Another area where they've excelled has been pushing it on the break. They're really getting after it.
Tipped away. Here's Ellis. That one falls. Nice feed from Sabonis. Ellis has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Well, Grant, in the spring of 2024, a remarkable streak ended. Domantas Sabonis had recorded 61 consecutive double-doubles.
Yeah, it was the longest streak since the merger back in 1976. Now, Sabonis has led the NBA in rebounding multiple years. Plus, Plus, he has averaged 8 assists in a season, so that is big-time production.
Oh, you got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
And the dunk by Levine.
They're really settling into a nice rhythm now, starting to gain the upper hand.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little bit.
Here's a Kongwu. Pass to Risache. They need this. Hits a three-pointer. Risache's got 6 points.
So good off the catch. The defense has to guard Risache better than this.
Ellis passes to Levine. They set a pick. Levine springs free for the flush.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Here's Risache, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Showcasing his athleticism, plays like this are why you got to be excited about Risache's future in this league.
Ellis passes to Sabonis. Now Young with a steal. Right wing. Here in quarter two, we played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Inside, here's a Kongwu. Pass to Daniels, 6 to shoot. This one for 3. Sacramento grabs the miss. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Ellis. Sabonis outside. There's the triple. Okongwu with the rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Despite ups and downs, the Atlanta Hawks have remained in the hunt season to season, Stan.
Well, Brian, this team has a lot of resilience. They're scrappy, they're hardworking, and it's helped them stay on the margins, at least, of the playoff picture.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
A sharp steal and some quick offense cuts it down to a one-possession game. Well done.
Pass to LaRavia. Here's Ellis. Here's LaRavia. Guarded by Young. Stolen by Young. We've got 1:08 left in the first half of basketball. The kick out to Johnson. And there's the foul. It'll go on DeMar DeRozan. That's his first foul of the game. And Sacramento with some changes. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Sabonis. Crowder comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Fultz in for Zach LaVine. Daniels misses. The Kings leading. Down low. Crowder finds Fultz. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game. And Young has got the ball here for the Hawks. Daniels passes to Johnson. Takes it inside. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Valanciunas. Tries to spin move. Now Young with a steal. Pass to Risache. Lets a 3 fly, and that's not gonna go. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Sacramento on top. They lead by a bucket. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court jump. Drums, please. They're thinking about the shots.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Boy, Zach LaVine has been sensational.
His whole first half looked like a highlight reel, rising up and just owning the rim.
Well, they've got to build a wall immediately because he'll just keep attacking like that if they don't.
We've got Jonas Valanciunas. Malik Monk is out there with Markelle Fultz. Then there's Jay Crowder, and it's LaRavia in at the 4 slot. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Niang outside. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Here's LeVert. Capella with it. Pass to LeVert. 6 on the shot clock. For the tie. To the paint. From 7. And Capella gets it to go on the assist from LeVert. Capella's got his first points of the game. All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
Niang outside. Shot is up. Rebound by Sacramento. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Monk into the lane. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that, put so much pressure on the defense.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Up top, Fultz. Defended by Niang. Fultz against Capella. Out left to the wing. Pass to LaRavia. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. And so he hits the technical free throw. Going inside. Now here's Crowder. LeVert with the ball. Guarded by Valanciunas. LeVert goes against Monk. Up top man. He's scoreless. Clock at 6. From the arc. Hits the trifecta.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Coach, when you talk about the Atlanta Hawks, you got to start with Trae Young.
One of the most exciting players to watch in the NBA, Brian. He can shoot the ball from anywhere on the floor. He's a great ball handler and one of the most creative passers in the game.
Wallace outside. Pass to Capella. Niang with it. Screen by Capella. Now man, covered by Crowder. The 3. And the Hawks with another 3.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Count it. Valanciunas has got 7 now in this quarter.
I like it. An old school 5. Jonas primarily does his scoring close in.
Wallace outside. It's LeVert on the wing. Pass to Capella. And here's Niang, hounded by Fultz. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
I mean, with his height and size, stopping Valanciunas just isn't an option sometimes. What a jam.
Now here's Wallace. He's covered closely, and they pick up 2.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Monk for 3. Here's Valanciunas. The 3 ball. The rebound by Atlanta. 26 seconds left in the third quarter. Now here's Nie. He has 6. Levert outside. That's short off the rim.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. The Kings on top, up by 1. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the 4th quarter. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Ellis is checked in for Monk. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, Quinn Snyder had some words for his team over the break. With the game so close, he wanted his team to stay aggressive, saying, don't be a watcher, be an actor. Go out and make something happen on the court. Don't let it come to you.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. 4th quarter, on the floor for the Hawks. Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Trae Young out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's Risache in at the 3 slot. They set the screen. Here's Levine for 3. And Zach Levine from deep.
Yeah, this is an unbelievable performance from Levine. His offensive skill set is amazing.
Okongwu, a screen on Levine. Pass to Risache. Young from long range. Rebound by Sacramento. Sabonis has got rebound number 7 tonight. The Kings lead by 4. Levine feeling it out a bit. Kicks it to DeRozan. Back to Levine. And here's Sabonis. Puts up a deep 3. And another Sacramento 3.
Look how confident Sabonis can be, acting without hesitation and getting it to go.
About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. 2 points. That one goes.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Daniels. Ellis with a rebound. Sacramento has got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. Here's Levine. Oh, Levine fighting through contact.
A ferocious competitor and scorer, Levine takes on challenges head on and knows how to finish with grit.
All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Kings.
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition, and they've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
And they've also been so active defensively, getting deflections, forcing turnovers, and scoring off of them.
4th quarter. Oh, Zach Levine takes flight.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
And a miss there on the triple.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
The 3 from Risache. Here's Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards.
And it's Levine with the ball for the Kings. They've only given up 5 points here in the 4th. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth. Okongwu against Sabonis. Only one man back on D. He pulls it. And Risache gets it to go.
Such raw shooting ability for Risache in his first year.
Sacramento leading by 7. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Trae Young. That's his first foul of the game. And we've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Levine. Picked by Sabonis. Pass to Murray. Here's Sabonis. And Sabonis slams it in.
At almost 7 feet tall, you gotta push Sabonis farther away. When you don't, he just dunks it with ease.
Here's Risache. Drives to the hoop. And he goes right over DeMar DeRozan and slams it down.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? Here's Ellis. They get it back. Outside for Levine. Picked by Sabonis. Second chance shot. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
And just phenomenal at reading defenses. Levine understands when to shoot and when to pass and pick and rolls.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. To the middle. The kick out to Young. Takes the 3. Knocks down the long J. 15 seconds left to play in the fourth. Here's Ellis. From deep. Off the mark. And so it's Sacramento with the W. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding.
It's the NBA. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. The front court is Risacher and Johnson. Trae Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Okongwu in at the center position. And for the Trailblazers, the wingmen, it's Sharp and Thibault. Then there's Ayton. And it's Banton in at the point guard position. Well, Greg, this matchup features two teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Inside, Sharp, the shape, and it's good on the way in.
Oh, nice job executing inside. Sharp's confidence is what makes him such a dangerous player.
Johnson outside. Pass to Daniels. Johnson the screen. Risacher in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Daniels. The 3 from Johnson. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Now Thibault. Ayton a screen on Young. Thibault for 3. Okongwu grabs the board.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
And there's a whistle. It goes on Shaedon Sharp. That's his first foul. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Okongwu with the screen for Young. Knocked away. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Thibault for 3. Good on the three-point shot.
And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
Now, here is Young. From the arc. The Hawks again can't hit. Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And the Hawks have been part of the play-in tournament 3 consecutive seasons.
Yeah, since that run, Kevin, in the 2021 conference finals, it has been tough sledding for Atlanta. They've really been stuck in middling in that 7 to 10 range, which is forcing you to play some tough opponents in those early rounds. They have not overcome that.
Thibault for 3. Traps in the tray. Thibault's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Trailblazers.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Risacher with it. Defended by Sharp. Here's Risacher. Misses and the dry spell continues. There's the drive. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
They worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
Yes, that goes in.
It's a pretty high percentage shooter from there. Ayton's size and touch. It's a pretty tough combo to go against.
The Hawks trail by 7. And there's the call on Matisse Thybulle. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first.
Yeah, even I saw that one being telegraphed. The defense all over. Few defenders can keep up with Sharp in the open floor. This guy is electric.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year Draymond Green says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake thinking they can put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
Got the 1-2 punch, as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. DA thanks. Now here's Johnson. Scoreless thus far. Okongwu with the screen for Johnson. And it's Johnson with the jam.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Banton's shot is off. The Hawks trail by 4. Greg, they're in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score. Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer back.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Here's Ayton. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Hawks. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Atlanta.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
The wingman is Sharp and Thibault. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. And it's Kamare in at the power forward position. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Young, no good. Portland leading. Here's Banton. Hasn't made one yet. Oh, Ayton in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
What a finish by Ayton, using those long arms to snatch that pass up high.
And the NBA is truly an international league. I mean, look no further than DeAndre Ayton, hailing from the Bahamas.
Well, you love that him and Buddy Hield carrying the torch for their home country. Ayton is actually the second first overall pick from the Bahamas, the first one being the great Michael Thompson.
Here's Thibault, following the basket by Trae Young. To the inside. Here's Banton. Rebound, Atlanta.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Shot clock at 6. And slam dunk by Johnson.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Ayton the screen. Thibault for 3. Okongwu grabs the board. And has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Young outside, takes the 3, hangs home the trifecta. Young's got 8.
Undeniable range. Young is going to pull up the moment he gets any angle out there.
Ayton. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. The Hawks leading by 3. Pass to Johnson. Here's Ricochet. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Here's Daniels, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. 4 Portland, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, Brent, the Blazers had a real chance to win some titles.
Oh, man, they ran into some great teams, too, Kevin. The bad boy Pistons, and then the Bulls, obviously, with Michael Jordan. Winning a title in those days took something special, and the Blazers were right there.
So it's Portland now. After the missed 3 from Trae Young. Back to Thibault. To the middle. And the layup falls. Kamare's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Pass to Okongwu. Down low. Here's Young. The Hawks again can't hit. Portland's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Sharp against Young. With the drive. Now here's some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And stolen by Okongwu. And it's Johnson penetrating. And it's Johnson with the jam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
How about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Banton's shot is off. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Well, let's see how they play the clock.
And slam dunk by Johnson.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Now, here's Sean. He's got 9. Buries the long-range jumper.
An exciting player coming into his own. We're seeing all of what Sharp has in this one.
Young taking his time here. Puts up a 3. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Now, here's Sharp. Ayton a screen on Young. It could go. And that one released in time, but no good. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Trailblazers lead by 1. And thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Shaedon Sharp really making a difference here.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Niang out there with Terrence Mann. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Wallace in at the 1. Shot clock at 3. Misses the 3. And for Portland, they're shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Williams has a screen for Abdia. And the 3 off target. The Hawks trailing. Up top, Capella. Wallace with the ball. Now Henderson defending. Screen by Niang. LeVert the pass to Niang. Back to LeVert. Now Niang. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Great. What a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
Here's Niang. He's covered by Grant. Driving to the basket. It's Niang with the jam.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, he settled for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
LeVert kicks to Capella. Back to LeVert. Man in the corner. Lob pass to Capella. Hammers the alley-oop through.
I'd draw that one up again. Throw it up, Capella jump, you slam it through. That's an easy 2.
And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21. That was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Stolen by Henderson. And here we go. Fast break. Henderson's got it. Simons from outside. Rebounded by the Hawks. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And so the ball's out of bounds. Henderson touched it last.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Simons against LeVert. Capella with a screen on Simons. 6 on the shot clock. Niang passes to LeVert. Boom! He jams it straight down. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
And then Henderson with the jam.
Explosive in every way. The quick first step, and then you see the hop.
LeVert against Simon. Out to Wallace. Man with it. Still scoreless. Back to Wallace. Screen by Niang. Got a piece of it. And now Portland on the break. Here's Henderson. And they call the foul. So he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And that's a good example of Henderson's strength and determination.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. The Hawks trail by 3. Niang kicks to Wallace. Pass to Capella. Wallace looking for an opening. Here's Niang. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Man can't hit. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Simons on the wing. He's covered by Niang. There's the triple. And it's Simons missing. Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Pass to Capella. Man with it. Back to Capella. Now Man covered by Simons. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Man. The Trailblazers have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shot.
And Henderson doesn't need any extra motivation to head straight for the rim.
LeVert against Simon. LeVert the pass to Man. The 3. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. The perimeter pairing will be Simons next to Avdia. Jeremy Grant is out there with Williams. And it's Henderson in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
A little like Donovan Mitchell there. Henderson makes some really tough shots in traffic.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Portland.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
Something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on a turnover. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff. You got to be careful when you're handling the ball around.
Connects from three-point range.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitive.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Here's Johnson, and a slam dunk by Johnson.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Sharp with this screen on Johnson. Took the opportunity when he saw it. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Johnson with a screen on Henderson. They grab their own miss. Portland's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. And he hammers that one down right in the face of Okongwu.
That's a good find from Ayton, understanding the defensive scheme, and he just waited for his teammate to be open.
Pass to Okongwu. Now Rizachet. And yes, it's good. Rizachet's got his first 2 points.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
Yeah, great read, calls his own number, and then sends it home.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both, but gets close, he's getting the ball.
Young pass to Johnson. Okongwu with it. Johnson sets the screen for Okongwu. Pass to Daniels. Over Henderson. Oh, that's blocked. Avdia's checked in for the Trailblazers. Delano Banton comes in for Henderson.
Denny Avdia. Delano Banton.
Portland leading by 6. Here's Avdia. And finished off by Avdia.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
2 minutes.
Over in the corner, Avdia. And finished off by Avdia.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Well, he's doing everything he can to make them competitive. And by everything, I mean draining threes.
Daniels inside the line. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Pass to Banton. Back to Thibault. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
On its way from Young for 2.
Well, he has the size and can get up quickly. Ayton with the throwback.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Portland.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Scoot Henderson.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got. And this kid, Rizachet, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
Ayton wide open. Nailed from three-point land. Ayton's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers. It's tipped. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And there's the swing dunk to finish it off.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Daniels inside the line. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage, and they're
And so off the tip, it's the Trailblazers. Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Malik Monk is out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Sabonis in at the center, filling out the middle. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Padding the stat sheet, getting the board and the hoop all on one play.
Yep, he's earning his coach's appreciation. LaVine with it, now guarded by Ayton. And Sabonis slams it in.
Yeah, I like that he's not taking any chances there. Sabonis goes up strong with the finish.
Well, Grant, the Kings, one of those up-and-coming teams that are knocking at the door.
Yeah, they have some stars, BA. They have some great role players, too. Part of their problem is they're in the Western Conference. It's so hard to just make the play-in tournament in that conference.
Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Grant. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves, but that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Chauncey Billups. The message that he sent to his team is that they need to be laser focused on DeMar DeRozan. He told me DeRozan can expect to see plenty of double teams. He said if they're going to beat us tonight, DeMar's not going to be the guy to do it. And of course, DeMar may have something to say about that. We'll find out. Back over to you.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. DeRozan a screen. Monk passes to Sabonis. There's the three. Fires in the triple. Sabonis has got 5 now.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Shot to stop the run. Rebounded, Domantas Sabonis. First quarter and about a minute and a half in. Here's DeRozan. And the dunk by DeRozan.
Smart bucket from DeMar, looking for chances to run.
Pass to Benton. Jacks up a 3. Sinks the tray.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Now Murray. Sabonis in the post. He's against 8. Ooh, poked away. Outside LaVine. Here's the 3. Portland grabs the miss. Here's Ayton. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Yeah, this is where Ayton's comfortable operating, using his height and array of inside moves to his advantage.
Picked by Sabonis. Pass to Murray. Outside LaVine. And it's Murray finishing it off.
He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
Sacramento leading by 4. And Richard, whenever Sabonis plays, it's surprising if he doesn't record a double-double.
Oh, they're usually monster double-doubles also. Close to 20 points, 13 rebounds, and at least 6 assists. Domas, he is an offensive hub.
Just 5 to shoot. He buries it from 3.
And with how well LaVine attacks the bucket, defensively, you almost have to give him space to shoot threes.
Benton drives in, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. Now here's LaVine. Murray, a screen on Thibault. Into the lane. Here's LaVine. They kick it out to Murray. Now here's Monk. He's guarded closely. Late clock here. The Kings need to get one up. And here's Sabonis outside. From outside the arc. Yes. And it's Murray picking up the assist. Sabonis has got 8.
Clearly, Sabonis has that shot dialed in before he even gets the ball. He catches it and shoots it with a quick release.
Thibault hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly, that was their game plan coming in.
Portland foul.
And Sacramento making a change here. Ellis is checked in.
Second team foul. King's substitution for 23.
Sabonis right side. Outside for Levine. 6 to shoot. Picked by Sabonis. It's Levine with a drive. No good on the strong take.
Wow, he doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
Pass to Sharp. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And this guy has some bounce. Always fun seeing Sharp hammer it home.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now here's Levine. Sabonis with a screen on Thibault. Levine passes to Sabonis. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 10 points for him.
Guy's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Portland shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. That one's off. And he sinks the second. Here's Ellis. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
He didn't even look worried.
And so it's Sacramento closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
Trailblazers foul. Matisse Thibault.
If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one.
First team foul.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Sacramento.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
Sharp teams with Thibault on the perimeter. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. Then there's Delano Banton. And it's Kamare in at the 4. That's the group for Portland starting the second. All right, I don't want to make you feel too old here, RJ, but you did get drafted back in 2001. What's the biggest change to the game, you think?
Oh, I think without a doubt the physicality and the three-ball. Teams are not as physical, and they shoot a lot more threes. When I came in, they were barely shooting them. Now that's all that matters.
To the inside. Oh, look at DeRozan rise up.
DeRozan making his presence felt at the rim.
Pass to Banton. Puts up a 3. He drops it from range. Banton's got 8.
Ooh, can't ask for a cleaner look than that, and he'll make you pay.
The 3. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
8, no good. The Kings lead by 6. Richard, something you notice about these Kings, they shoot plenty of threes.
And that's the modern game for you, BA. But Sacramento shoots especially freely. You are right. And those shots often connect, so I doubt that that trend changes for them anytime soon.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups said, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes. Out to Sabonis. 4-3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Outside Sharp. Takes a 3. The rebound by Murray. The Kings have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. Here's Ellis. Sends it home from three-point land. Ellis has got 6 in the quarter.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time. If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Ellis's shot is off. Blazers trail by 5. Dybel on the wing. Snatched away. Here's DeRozan. And the dunk by DeRozan.
His energy is unmatched.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Outside Sharp. From downtown. Sinks it from distance. Sharp's got 8 points.
And everybody wants to see what kind of range Sharp has. Looks like the NBA three-point line won't be a problem for him.
Out to Sabonis. Fires from deep. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
Levine surveys the D. Sabonis with a screen on Sharp. Here's Levine. They grab their own miss. Out to Sabonis. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
And it's clear that Sabonis has it going on right now. That defense is at his mercy.
And Ayton gets it to go.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Sacramento leading by 7. And it's out of bounds to Sacramento. So Portland ends up going with a new group. A big group substitution here for Sacramento. LaRavia is checked in for Murray. Crowder comes in for DeRozan. Malik Monk's checked in for Levine. And it's Fultz in for Ellis. Monk passes to Fultz. Monk, a screen on Henderson. Here's Fultz. That one no good. Great D that time from Simons. Henderson with it, and Sabonis picks him up defensively. Good on the shot.
There's so much energy when Henderson is on the floor.
And it's Fultz with the ball for Sacramento. Pass to LaRavia. Picked by Sabonis. Fires the 3, and that one's good. LaRavia's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Blazers trail by 8. Grant with a screen on Fultz. Up top, Grant. There's 18 seconds left in the second. There's a screen. Pass to Williams. Shot clock at 6. And Williams punches it home.
With the explosive leaping ability, he's able to play center despite being undersized.
Simons with a steal. And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Domantas Sabonis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, this guy is torching them. And so far, their defense hasn't responded.
Number 17, Jonas Valanciunas.
Henderson for 3. He knocks it down. Wait a minute. The officials getting together here.
2 minutes allowed to review the play.
These teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got it off in time.
And of course, they want to make sure it was the right call, but I'm not sure how much it'll impact this game. We'll see.
The basket does not count.
And they've gotten enough looks at it. The basket will not count. The quarter ended before he got it off.
That was a great idea to give it a second glance. The replay system is available, so you've got to utilize it.
And so it's the Sacramento Kings with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. What has them in front right now? By and large, they're taking great shots. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Domantas Sabonis has been sensational.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Taking a look at Sacramento, they've got Malik Monk. He's out there with Markelle Fultz. Jay Crowder is out there with Jonas Valanciunas. And it's LaRavia in at the 4. Grant, there have been so many great players that have gone through Portland over the years.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's almost 50 years since their last title. It's a great city with a great fan base. And for their sake, I hope their second title comes soon.
Crowder, the pass to LaRavia. Good. LaRavia's got 7 points. Blazers trail by 10. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Yeah, and Henderson has got some hops for sure. You cannot let him get to the rim.
Pass to Crowder. On the take. And he banks in the layup.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, Jeremy Grant averaged single digits in points the first 4 seasons of his career. But over the last 4 seasons, he's scoring over 20 a game. He said it all changed for him back in Detroit, adding, quote, "I grew as a player, being the #1 option and seeing different coverages. Now I'm reaping the benefits," unquote. Brian?
All right, Allie, thanks.
Yeah, a tremendous athlete. Grant excels on the fast break.
Sacramento leading by 8. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Monk, a screen on Grant. Pass to Valanciunas. Crowder with it. 5 to shoot. Back to Valanciunas. And stolen by Williams. Henderson, the pass to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
LaRavia passes to Valanciunas. To the paint. Fultz finds Valanciunas. Williams grabs the board.
And the defense did just enough to bother that dunk attempt.
Williams, a screen on Monk. And it's Simons missing.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised it ended up going their way with the miss.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Down low, Grant. Oh, Grant throws it down.
And a heads-up play from Grant. Sets the pick, then gets himself open.
The Kings lead by 4. It's stolen by Henderson. And that one is hammered home.
The execution has been better lately. Do they have enough energy to pull it off?
The thing they have to watch for is mental fatigue. They have to stay focused and finish the job.
Kept alive. LaRavia passes to Fultz. Simons with it, guarded by Valanciunas.
They've really picked up the energy level and have willed themselves back into this game.
And as tired as they might be after fighting to tie it up, they have all the momentum now to finish this comeback.
And the basket by Monk.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
Optia from outside. Rebound by the Kings. Outside Monk. And an intentional foul right there.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
First team foul.
Portland on D. Trailing by 2. Crowder, the pass to Monk. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
So Portland going with almost an entire new group here. DeAndre Ayton, he's checked in for Williams. Thibault comes in for Avdia. Sharp, he's checked in for Simons. And it's Benton in for Henderson. A big group substitution here for Sacramento. Sabonis, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Murray comes in for LaRavia. DeRozan is checked in for Crowder. And it's Levine in for Fultz. On the wing, Murray, covered by Thibault. Murray passes to Levine. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Murray from behind the arc. And Ayton pulls it down. Ayton's got 4 rebounds in the game. Three-pointer Sharp. Gets the 3 to fall. Sharp's got 11 points. And the game's still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Trailblazers out in front. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page. Whew.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Inside, it's Grant playing next to Ayton. Sharp teams with Thibault on the perimeter. And it's Simons in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, the defensive instincts of Grant kicking in, especially when he sees the chance to block shots.
And some changes here for Portland. Kamara, he's checked in for Grant. And it's Ben in for Simons. And here is DeRozan. DeRozan gets going. Got a hand on it. Now here's Sharp, guarded closely. The 3 is up. Rebound by the Kings. Sabonis has got 4 rebounds in the game. Pulls up on the wing. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And the Kings lead by 1.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been a fun one. Who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Not afraid to throw his big body around. Ayton good at keeping plays going.
And there's the foul. It'll go on to Matisse Thybulle. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Inside. Murray finds Sabonis. Murray, a screen on Ayton. And here's Sabonis outside. Sharp grabs the miss. Portland has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Ayton, a screen on Murray. Here's Sharp. And he jams it home with authority.
And so difficult to defend. Sharp has 3-level scoring ability, and he is prolific.
Levine against Thibault. Levine passes to Murray. Here's Ellis. 6 on the shot clock. Let's go with a 3. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Thibault on the wing. Pass to Benton. Now Sharp. Here's Thibault. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Sabonis with a screen on Thibault. Levine finds Murray. Back to Levine. Pulls up. Again, the Kings score.
Look at Murray stepping up big time. I mean, we know he wants to be a trusted scorer when they need a bucket, and he shows it.
Ayton passes to Thibault. Pass to Ayton. Here's Kamari. Back to Ayton. It's rebounded by Levine. And so it's Levine with it. He brings it up for the Sacramento Kings. Levine down the lane. Knocked loose.
Why? Just why? Come on, man. Save that one for practice.
To the middle. Ayton passes to Sharp. Three-pointer. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
And these are exactly the moments where you find out if a player's tough enough for the NBA. And Sharp showing no fear in a clutch situation.
The Kings call timeout.
Attention fans, now on the court is
Arabia's checked in for Sacramento. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, I was able to listen in on the Kings head coach talk to his team during the break. And they told the team it's close. We've got a chance if we battle, compete. You can see the players love the message. They look fired up. Let's see if it works, Brian.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Lets it fly. And another miss by Sacramento. Portland has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the 4th quarter. Outside Sharp. Pass to Ayton. Here's Kamari. From deep three-point land. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down. Here's Ellis. Guarded by Sharp. Here's Arabia. And the 3 off target.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Basket's good.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Levine passes to Arabia. The 3 is up. Money! What a beautiful shot! Brings him within 3.
Showing off those playmaking skills, Levine keeps his head up, makes the easy play.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Timeout. And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here.
Sacramento foul. First personal foul.
He hits the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion.
At the line for Portland.
And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 5-point game.
Cool, calm, and collected. Say that 3 times fast. He makes them all and puts this game away.
So it's Portland picking up the win. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to...
is out there with Levine, and it's DeRozan in at the small forward. And for the Hawks, in the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Daniels out there with Trae Young, and it's Rizachet in at the 3, the small forward. And Stan, it seems like the key matchup tonight is down inside in the paint.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Expect this one to be really physical. If either team backs down, they can just get run over tonight, but I don't expect that to happen. It's going to be a slugfest.
We love those kind of games. They're a lot of fun.
You aren't kidding.
And Monk doesn't fool around when he's driving. He's got room to go up for the finish there, and he just lifts off with power.
Now let's find out what head coach Quinn Snyder had to say to David Aldridge. David.
Now, when I asked him about the challenges his team will face going up against DeMar DeRozan, coach said it doesn't matter what kind of defense you throw at him. DeMar is so good getting to his comfort zones and knocking down shots. What people don't realize is how good of a playmaker he is. Kevin, a tall task to slow him down.
Okay, David, much appreciated. DeRozan with a screen for Sabonis. Pass to Levine. A steal. Daniels passes to Johnson. Rizachet with it. In the corner, Daniels. There's the 3. Sabonis grabs the board. What a unique resume for Coach Quinn Snyder. Stan, he's coached in college. He's been overseas as a head coach. He's been in the G League, and now he is back in the NBA.
Yeah, and this guy's just a great coach. He's had teams that perform well at both ends of the floor. He's won everywhere he's been, and he's the only NBA coach I know of that's got a law degree on top of it.
So he's smart and he can coach. Oh, and by the way, he had a pretty good mentor in college, didn't he?
He certainly did.
And here's Young from the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Smart at using the screen there to just create space. Young, very reliable in that pick and roll.
Sabonis' screen on Young. Out to the right wing. Sabonis finds Levine. Fires the 3. Johnson with the rebound.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Here's Young. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
When you watch Young, there's that courage to his game.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Levine wide open. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Okongwu. And the Kings making a change here. Ellis has checked in. Here's Ellis.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Lets it go from deep. Buries it from three-point range.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Okongwu with the screen for Johnson. And slam dunk by Johnson.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. Levine with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Here's Ellis, and Ellis throws it down.
Head always on a swivel. Levine making things happen with his passing.
And Young kicks to Daniels. Okongwu with a screen on Levine. Three-pointer, Daniels, and the 3 ball is good. Daniels has got 5.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from him.
Pass to Levine. The kick out to Sabonis. 6 to shoot. No good from outside. The Hawks leading by 5. Now Rizachet. Still yet to score. Here's Johnson. Rizachet with it. Back to Johnson. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Kings ball.
The Kings trail by 5. Outside DeRozan for three. Ellis. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Hawks. Johnson outside. Okongwu with the screen for Johnson. Here's Daniels. And it's good. Hold on.
2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Hawks ahead, up 4. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Hawks.
Well, you know, the analytics guys would tell you a team shouldn't be taking this many mid-range shots, but clearly they're shooting them with confidence.
And something else that's working for them is ball movement. A lot of their points so far have come as a result of smart plays.
The front court is Rizachet and Johnson. Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's Okongwu into the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Clock is at 3. Here's Rizachet. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Sacramento's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Levine, that doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. The Hawks leading. You know, Stan, as productive as Zach Levine has been, you get the sense he wants to compete for titles. He wants more than just the individual stuff.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, at this point in his career, it just hasn't all worked for the teams he's been on yet, but he's still got some time to figure it out.
Yeah, he does. Cuts off the pass. He's got a clear path. Jumps up. And Okongwu slams it in.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Outside DeRozan. Inside. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
And loving the aggression from Sabonis. Going right up for the dunk there. Nice.
Okongwu with a screen on Murray. Shot by Johnson, no good. The Kings trail by 3. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Domantas Sabonis set the longest double-double streak in over half a century last season with 61 straight double-doubles. He said it's awesome to be mentioned with the greats. It's my job as a big man to get rebounds and to finish. At the end of the day, we're just out there trying to win. Kevin?
Thank you, David. That double-double streak was a blast to watch. Historic in so many ways. For 3, Murray. DeRozan passes to Murray. Back to DeRozan. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. DeRozan's got his first bucket in this one.
Getting aggressive inside. DeRozan refuses to waste that opportunity.
Shakes him. Pass to Rizachet. Johnson with a screen on Ellis. Rizachet wide open. A 3-pointer off the mark. The Kings trail by 3. DeRozan with it. And Young picks him up defensively. In the corner, it's Sabonis. DeRozan a screen. And Sabonis with a 3. Sabonis has got 5 points now in the quarter. Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Hedo Turkoglu as a big part of what we did in Orlando. Was a most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guy. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world.
Young dishes to Okongwu. Clock at 6. Back to Young. They get it again. Pass to Daniels. Now, Rizachet. DeRozan defending. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Johnson. And it's good. With time running down in the shot clock. Johnson's got 6.
And this kid, Rizachet, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
Levine looking around. Sabonis at the elbow. It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Levine.
And running the pick and roll to perfection there. Much easier to execute when you have a handle like Levine.
Now here's Ellis. He's got 11. The kick out to Sabonis. It's stolen by Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive.
Okay, David, much appreciated, and now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Kings trail by 4. On the floor for Sacramento, we've got Jay Crowder. Fultz is out there with Monk. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's LaRavia in at the 4. Here's Valanciunas. Off target from outside. The Hawks shooting has been just uncontainable. 72%. Wallace kicks to Capella. Capella sets a screen for Wallace. From downtown, Sacramento grabs the miss. Monk outside. This one for 3. He can't get it to go. The Hawks leading by 4. And here's LeVert. Screen by Niang. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Niang's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Hawks. And it's Fultz with the ball for the Sacramento Kings. Pass to LaRavia. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Sacramento again missing. And it's the Hawks ball. Haven't given up any points here in the second half.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Fultz the pass to Crowder. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. It's taken away by Wallace. LeVert against Monk. LeVert kicks to Capella. Capella with a screen on Fultz. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. It's stolen by Monk. And now Crowder running the floor all by himself.
Fultz is a solid distributor, good at finding ways to get his guys involved.
Here's LeVert, still without a basket. Pass to Niang. Always with the ball. And here's LeVert, just 5 to shoot. Shot from 16. Valanciunas grabs the board.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Crowder kicks to Monk. Valanciunas sets a screen for Monk. Hits it from three-point range. And now it's just a 4-point Hawks lead.
And you gotta love that three-point stroke of Monk. I mean, he's got such a high arcing shot there. It gives it a good chance to go in from deep.
It's LeVert on the wing. Monk defending. Now, man puts up a deep 3. Atlanta again missing.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Shot by Crowder, no good. The Hawks leading by 4. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That is his first foul of the game.
Team first.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Capella finds LeVert. Back to Capella. On the wing, man. Lets the 3 fly. Good on the triple. Man's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
3-pointer. And it's LaRavia missing. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Monk against LeVert. To the inside. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
2 shots.
All free throws good from Capella. The Kings trail by 11. Left side, Taylor. Monk outside. For 3, Levine hits the 3-point bomb. Levine's got 5 points so far.
And nice work off the pass. I like Levine's catch-and-shoot mindset tonight.
And Zach Levine gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. For Atlanta, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Sacramento's gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc, 6 of 15. And DeRozan kicks to Sabonis. On the wing, Levine. Sabonis' screen on LeVert. Levine for 3. Another 3 for Sacramento.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Hawks lead by... And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. Now, he kept it simple in the huddle. He said, play smart. If we don't beat ourselves, we walk away with the win. Keep it simple, and we got this. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Daniels out there with Young. And it's Rizachet in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Ellis, the pass to Sabonis. Ellis with the screen for Sabonis. Shot clock at 5. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
The aggression from Sabonis, forcing the issue and getting the hoop.
Murray's checked in for the Kings. Free throw good. Sabonis. The Hawks leading by 6. Johnson kicks to Young. From past the arc. Offensive rebound. Here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Super work on the boards. They really want to put their foot down on him now.
Yeah, and once you've got him on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of it.
Young is double. Here's Daniels. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight, and is going to get whistled for that foul. Gee, that was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Pass to Rizachet. Johnson with a screen on Murray. Back to Johnson. Nice move.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
Well, look, you have to be able to count on energy and effort every night, and they're showing a lot of it with their transition buckets.
And another thing they did well was just keep the effort up offensively. Lots of boards leading to extra opportunities, which they converted. And I got to say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim. Pass to Rizachet. Captain coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists now in this one. Sabonis sets the pick for Ellis. Levine with it. Back to Ellis. Lobs it up for Levine. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And blessed with high-level explosiveness. Levine is no stranger to finishing in the air.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Daniels with it. Pass to Johnson. Deflected by Murray.
And that length and timing make Keegan a terrific shot blocker.
Now here's DeRozan. Now here's Murray. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
And hard not to get excited about Keegan Murray's potential. He can shoot the ball. He rebounds it. If this guy continues to grow his game, he could end up being a high-level impact player. And really just a great rhythm at the line, whether it's a big lead in the first quarter or with the game hanging in the balance.
Daniels passes to Young. Johnson sets the screen for Young. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And the Hawks lead by 7.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
DeRozan passes to Sabonis. 5 on the clock. Ellis against Young. Ellis dishes to Murray. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And here's Young. Pass to Daniels. Here's Rizachet. Okongwu with it. Defended by Sabonis. Okongwu with a screen on Ellis. 5 to shoot. And Young kicks to Okongwu. Over Sabonis. The shot by Okongwu. No good.
This has reached desperation time for him.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
And it's DeRozan missing. And so here's Atlanta. They've led by as many as 11 points. Johnson outside. Pass to Young. Johnson sets the screen for Young from outside the arc. Sacramento grabs the miss.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
It falls. And now they trail by just 4. So it's the Hawks who come out on top. Thank you for that, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
both of these teams, Brent.
Do you believe, BA, that these guys are coming in and not thinking about that very same thing? These guys want to test each other tonight, and you wonder, whoever gets the best of the other guy, will that elevate the next couple weeks of play for them in terms of their confidence? So a big man battle. Let's keep a close eye on it.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Levert's checked in for Atlanta. And also a switch here for Portland. Avdia's checked in. Here's Daniels. Now the opening lineup for the Portland Trailblazers. Sharp and Avdia are on the wings. Then there's Delano Banton. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. And it's Kamare in at the power forward position. Now here's Okongwu. Back to Levert. Clock is at 3. Puts up a deep 3. Nice D from Avdia. And Brent, what you like about Toumani Camara? He'll get in there and do the dirty work for you.
Well, what a ride for him to get the recognition to become an NBA draft pick. He did all the little things to put himself in a position to succeed, and then all of a sudden can get on the floor and contribute in so many ways. Versatile defender, knocks down some mid-range shots. These are the kind of guys who you love to see build out a career.
Get it, young fella. Dyson Daniels has a lot of tools, showing his hops on that one.
Here's Banton. Out to the right wing. And there's the screen. And Jalen Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
First quarter, just over a minute played. They get it back. Avdia, pass to Ayton. Hey, expanding his range. And he can't get that one. And there's the foul. It's on DeAndre Ayton. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Daniels. Here he goes. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And Daniels doesn't mess around. When he's charging inside, he's focused on the flush.
Avdia outside. Ayton with a screen. And Avdia good for 3. Avdia's got 6.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Tipped. Now the Blazers moving it up. Pass to Kamare. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Atlanta.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Daniels misses. The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. And you look at the history of the Hawks. Brent, they've won 1 NBA championship. That was back in 1958.
Yeah, B.A. tough for people in Atlanta to even recognize that because the team wasn't there in 58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man of his era.
Here's Daniels. Portland making their last shot. Beyond the arc. And once again, off the mark by Atlanta. Ayton with a screen. It's Avdia on the wing. On the push. Here comes Atlanta.
And that was beautiful timing on that play. Daniels with good lift off the floor makes it look so easy.
Ayton against Okongwu. 13 feet out. Okongwu with the rebound.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
The 3 from Rizashe. And so the ball out of bounds. Ayton touched it last. We got Lil Yachty in the house for this one, cheering on his Atlanta Hawks.
He's yet another rapper in a long list that represent ATL. We all know how much these guys love their Hawks.
Drains the triple.
Many times you don't like that shot selection, but sometimes when you're just feeling it in transition, when no one's on you, great shot there.
Now here's Levert. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. To the wing on the left. And here's Okongwu for 3. On target from range.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets. Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Inside, they swipe it. Fires for three. Another three for Portland.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
46 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Daniels. 6 points for him. The three from Rizachet. Portland with a rebound. Outside Sharp. Uses the glass on the layup.
Plenty of flashiness to his game as Sharp can tie you up with his handle.
Pass to Daniels. To end the run. And Ayton pulls it down. He puts up a three. The offensive rebound. With one on the clock. No luck on that one. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Looking to run whenever they can. That's part of why they... We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
Well, it's all fast break points. Those easy buckets, they're so hard to come by in the NBA. So if you get a chance to run, you have to take advantage of it.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
Here are the five. Portland has to start the second. Sharp and Avdia are on the wings. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. Then there's Delano Banton. And it's Kamare in at the power forward spot. Sharp bearing his second of 3 attempts.
And his athleticism is big for Sharp in the post. And he can finish with either hand as well. So he'll get a lot of points down low there in his career.
Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Ayton with a screen. Three-pointer Sharp. That shot, no good. Hawks trail by 7. And a fun fact here, Brent, the Trailblazers' name was actually chosen by the fans.
Oh, that's so awesome, BA, to remind fans of how it is that Portland got its name. It was an open contest, and they had, I think, over 10,000 entries. And there are a couple other names that we should throw out there. It could have been the Pioneers or the Doug Furs. I think they chose wisely.
Ayton inside. Okongwu on him. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Set a rugged screen. Nice roll by Ayton to get to the bucket.
For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 3 to begin the second.
Delano Banton, his first, team first.
Here's Daniels. Give him 8 points now. And here's LeVert for 3. Connects from downtown. LeVert's got 5 now.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
Off the outside. Pass to Banton. Off the outside. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by Atlanta. Okongwu's got his 4th rebound in this one. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Now Johnson. Now Okongwu. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3 ball.
To the paint. And he dunks it down.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Knocks it down from distance. Banton's got his first 3 points of the game. Well, Brent, there's some players who never stop talking trash on the court. Was that distracting to you?
Not really, BA. That's kind of the fun part of the game when somebody's trying to get under your skin a little bit. If it's not just playing defense and it comes with a little chit-chat, that sometimes draws your attention and makes you focus a little bit more.
And here's Okongwu for 3. Count it. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
He does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
Here's Kamare. Another 3 for Portland.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Okongwu, he's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic.
Those interior passes can be dangerous sometimes, but if the timing is good and you execute it there, you can get easy hoops.
There's a screen. Avdia from outside. Levert with a rebound. The Hawks trailing. So Portland ends up going with a new group.
Team second. Substitution on the court.
There's 47 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to Rizachet. Six to shoot. Shoots over Thibault. Simons with a steal. On the wing, Simons. The rebound by Atlanta. Here's Rizachet. No points so far. Pass to Levert. Here's Rizachet. There's the triple. He can't get that one to fall. And here's Grant from the arc.
And at the buzzer, count it. Just textbook. Kept his cool and waited for his shot.
That's exactly how you want to close out the quarter, too, with some confidence.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Portland ahead, leading by 4. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One of the stories here, Deni Avdia getting it done today.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
We've got Trae Young, Clint Capella out there with George Niang. Then it's Terrence Mann, and it's Wallace in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Quinn Snyder.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams, but Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys, and he hasn't really had that.
Young from long range drops in the 3. Young's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Second half getting started, about a minute played. Capella finds Young. And it's blocked by Thibault. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball. To the inside. Here's Mann. Wallace outside. Shot clock at 5. The Hawks need to get one up here. Some room here for Capella. Portland grabs the miss. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. For 3, Klingon. Fires the 3. Wallace pulls it in. Hawks trail by 3. Up top man, defended by Henderson. Back to Capella. Niang up top. Releases from 15. Portland with a rebound. Klingon's got 4 rebounds now. Henderson against Young. Pass to Klingon. On the mark with the 15-footer.
And this is about as far out as Klingon will shoot it for now, but I expect he'll work on his range over time.
Now here's Young. Thibault with a steal. Henderson drives in, and down it goes. Jam that one home.
Yeah, he's just explosive. I mean, Scoot gets off the ground in a hurry and puts some emphasis on it, too.
And six-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate, and they've swayed the outcome of games.
Trailblazers lead by 7. And here's Simons outside. Capella with a rebound. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Atlanta shooting their first free throws of this game.
2 shots.
He hits the second from the line. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Here's Henderson. Here's the drive. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Attacking the hoop. That is Scoot Henderson's bread and butter. Unstoppable when he's going downhill.
Niang pass to Capella. Back to Niang. Just 5 on the clock. It's stolen by Thibault. Pass to Klingon. There's Simons with a 3. Counted from distance. And now an 11-point Trailblazer lead.
Many times you don't like that shot selection, but sometimes when you're just feeling it in transition, when no one's on you, great shot there.
And we're going to have a jump ball. .114 left in the third. Poke loose. It's stolen by Thibault. Pass to Klingon. And here's Henderson. Outside Thibault. Fires from deep. Capella with a rebound.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Man. Knocked away. And they'll get another chance. Beyond the arc. Niang, no good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often. The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
This is his second trip to the line in the game. And he makes the first.
At the line for your Hawks, George Niang.
Both shots good from the stripe. Trailblazers lead by 9. Simons outside.
Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop. Atlanta's gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Young with the signature tray.
Difficult to try to stick with Trae Young, especially when he's rising up there.
Henderson, the pass to Thibault. Pass to Klingon. Got it up. Oh, did he?
He did. That's
he got it to fall.
Put it on the board.
So nice. Buzzer-beating backbreaker. That pushes the lead to double digits going into the final period.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. It's the Trailblazers. They're up by 11. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Oh, are you kidding me? Wow.
Amazing. Oh, nice ball movement by LeVert. A welcome sign for this team.
Batten can't get it to go. Hawks trail by 9. And here's LeVert for 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Ayton's got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside Sharp, pass to Kamare. And there's a pick. Jacks up a 3. Sharp, no good. And Atlanta shooting a solid 47%. It's Daniels with a drive.
Tons of first step quickness from Daniels.
Trailblazers lead by 7. The 3 from Ayton. Oh, it's stolen by LeVert. Fourth quarter still young. Just over a minute played. Pass to Rizachet. And here's a Kongwu. 5 to shoot from outside the arc. Offensive rebound. There's the screen by Johnson. Daniels misses. Portland has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Kamare. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Hawks trail by 7. Daniels passes to Johnson. Back to Daniels. And that basket makes him 6 for 11. Shooting a good percentage.
So strong at the rim. That'll serve Daniels well here in this league.
Abdia outside. The three. Okongwu with the rebound. Okongwu's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Portland foul. Kamara. His first. Team first.
So it's Atlanta now. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. Pass to Rizachet. The three.
And I just love it when Sharp is committed on defense. He knows how to make things difficult for opposing players.
Nails it from 3. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Daniels passes to LeVert. Okongwu with it. Clock at 6. Pass to LeVert. Over Avdia. The shot by LeVert, no good.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Here's Sharp. Rebound Atlanta.
Tried to show off just a little bit there, but ultimately didn't work out. You know, he's going to get a few stares from his coaching staff and probably his teammates in the next huddle.
Kamare, no good. Hawks trail by 8. Okongwu with it. Now Sharp defending. Okongwu, no good. Portland has gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the fourth. The three from Ayton. Rebounded by Daniels. Time running out for the Hawks. Here's LeVert. Blocked. Outside Sharp. Pass to Banton. The three from Ayton. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Both sides are simply waiting for the clock to make it official. This is going to end up in the books as a nice win for the Trailblazers.
I was really impressed with their attitude today, Graham. Nice.
Look at the bench.
Down.
I mean, the bench is going nuts.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
It's Sharp with the drive. And he bangs it home with one hand.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
The free throw drops for Johnson. So it's Portland now. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. And he lobs it up. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
What a finish by Ayton, using those long arms to snatch that pass up high.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Johnson against Thibault.
Matisse Thibault. His first. Team starter.
The first one falls.
At the line for 2. Jalen Johnson.
So he gets them both. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. LeVert goes against Simons. Fires away from way outside. Misses. So it's the Trailblazers winning this one easily. It ends up being a fairly easy